Hey everyone, so my curiosity got the better of me. I've been wondering ever since I dug this pond down, right, where my fish are at. Because I've done a number of videos. I dug the left half of this pond down from 2 feet to 4 feet. As a result of that, the pond has become very muddy, okay? And it's already been like 8 weeks and it's not settling. I was trying to figure out why it hasn't settled. And well, I think the reason why it hasn't settled is because when I dug down the pond, the leaves that were at the bottom, right, that had been falling off the trees for years, they had formed like a carpet at the bottom. When I dug out the left half of the pond, I dug out the leaves, so now the dirt is exposed to the water directly. And I think what was happening, right? I think the reason why it hasn't settled is because I think the fish are still alive down there, and as they're swimming around, they're basically moving the water around. Okay, so that's what I think is happening. I wasn't exactly sure. Now, a couple of days ago, I did see some baby fish. Okay, some little fry, and I wasn't even sure what kind of fry they were. Were they rosy reds or were they goldfish? It wouldn't be the koi because the koi aren't big enough yet to make eggs. But my curiosity finally got the better of me, and I set a trap, okay, to see if I can catch fish. I've already looked at it. You guys are gonna be. Let me pull the trap up. So I baited this with dog food, and damn, they're my fish, baby. Look at them jumping around. The bigger ones are the ones. This one over there is the one that hatched last fall. Those are the rosy reds. I haven't seen any rosy reds near the surface. But yeah, my fish are down there. My fish are down there, and they are growing and they are breeding, and I'm pretty happy because this has only been in there for about an hour. So and there's only a small little hole on each side for them. About one less than an inch, or maybe about 3/4, for them to get in. So if I can catch that many fish in an hour, that means there's lots of fish down there. I'm going to take this to the other end, which is more shallow, because I just want to put them in the water for a second just so that they can get a breather. All right, let me go release them at the other end. I don't want to lose any of these fish. So I had bought this trap on Amazon. It was like $15. I bought it for the purpose of catching maybe some trout in the stream, which it did work. I did catch some trout last year, little minnows. But yeah, I had it. I'm like, hey, wait a second. Let's just bait this and see if I got fish down there. So if I can catch that many fish in an hour going through that tiny little hole over there, ooh, there's a lot of fish down there. Basically, I believe all of my fish have survived. All of them. All of them. If I can catch that many fish. This thing is like full of fish, okay? So yeah, digging it up, the muddy water, none of that's bothered the fish. They're just basically, the pond is now deeper. It's like 2 to 4 feet, and they're just preferring to go deeper, okay? And until the fall, when the leaves fall and create a layer at the bottom, I think that's when I'll be able to start, maybe in the spring. I think by then the leaves will create a layer, the dirt will settle, and maybe by then the pond will clear up and I can actually see the fish just by looking down into the water. And by then my koi probably will have grown. When I got the koi was about that big. It will probably be that big by next spring. But yeah, I'm happy. I mean, with that type of a catch, my fish are good. Okay, so I've done a number of videos wondering if my fish were okay or not, and yeah, my fish are good, man. So they got a fish. I gave them dog food to bait them, so they got like a dog food treat for their effort in helping me catch them. I'll talk to y'all soon. So this is the side where I just put those fish in, and yeah, I mean, what happens is when you take the fish out of water and you put them back in, they get like very confused. and they just kind of like sit there and hover for a while. Like when I first brought them in from the aquarium, you know, that's what they do when I take them out of the bag. So now that that I just like took them out of the water and put them back in, I can see them like right there in the center of the screen. They're just like hovering. There's maybe 8 or 10 of them right there. So yeah, I mean they're gonna, you know, eventually they're gonna go back to the deeper water. Now right there, they're like maybe an inch in the water, and I can barely see them. So yeah, it's really hard to see them through this mud. Um, so yeah, it's really interesting. So I'm glad I finally solved that mystery, the mystery of where my fish are, if they're still alive or not. And yeah, they're alive, man. They're alive. There you go. They're running off right there. They just took off.